Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel kaviwebdesigns, and today I'm going to tell you all about our Linux commands like mv, remove, rm, mkdir, rmdir and many more. So here we are at the mv command, and the mv command in Linux is used to move or rename files and directories. Here we have one method which shows how to move a single file, and the second method which shows how to many files. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is moving a single file. So here in our syntax, here we have the mv command used here, and here it's showing source_file. That means the file1.txt, and the destination directory, that means where you're gonna put that file1.txt. So here in our sample output, so I am moving the file1.txt to this to home/user/documents. Now let's go to our Kali Linux in UTM to see if this is true or not. So here I'm at my Kali Linux here, and here I'm going to open the terminal, and here I'll first see where I am at. So here I wrote the pwd command, which shows where you are at now. So I'm at /home/Kali. Now let's press ls. So as you can see here we have desktop. So I'm going to cd desktop, pressing enter now. So here I'm at desktop here. Let's press ls. So here we have the only file which is bavik. So let's go in bavik. So inside of the folder called the directory called bavik, here we are at here. Let's press ls to see what's in the directory. So as you can see here in our directory, here we have sample.txt, a sample text file. So here I'm gonna write I want to move the sample.txt to /home/Kali and then /documents, where Kali is showing that how many have. So which one should I select? So I'm just gonna write documents here, and then press return. Here Kali Linux won't say anything. Now let's press ls. Now as you can see here our sample.txt file, which shown as before was in the folder called bavik, but now it's not here anymore. So that means it must have been put into another file. So now let's go back. So now here in desktop, here we are at desktop. So let's go back one more time to be at the user Kali and press ls to see what's there. I have moved it to the documents directory. So let's go in the document directory to see if it has gone in there. So here I'm going to the documents directory. So now as you can see here, I have entered the documents directory. Now let's press ls. So now as you can see here, now you can see our sample.txt file is now in the documents folder, which once did not have the sample.txt folder. Now let's go to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. So now we're moving on to our next command, which is the rm command. The rm command in Linux is used to remove files and directories. So here in our syntax, here we use the rm command with the file name. So that means I can remove mine. So what if I had the text file where I don't need it anymore? So I could just use the rm command with the file name. Suppose rm the file name sample.txt, and then press enter or return. So the command will execute. The command will delete the file. So when you put ls again, you can't see it anymore. So now let's try this command out. So now I'm going back to my UTM here. I'm in the same folder as before. So now I'm gonna remove my sample.txt file. So when I press return, Kali Linux will remove or delete the file. So now let's press ls. Now as you can see here, there will be nothing in the folder as because Kali Linux has deleted it and thrown it in the trash bin. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. So here, moving on to our next command, which is the mkdir. The mkdir command is used to create new directories. So now we have learned how to create new files, but what about directories? So mk directory will help us create our directory. That means it will help us to create new folders. So here in our syntax, here we have mkdir. We're using the mkdir make directory command, and then here in our syntax it shows directory underscore name. So you can name the directory as you want. And here in our example, here I have written mkdir my underscore directory. Now knowing this, let's test it out to see if this happens. So let's go back to UTM. So here I'm back at UTM here. So in the document, I'm back in the documents folder. So in this document folder, I want to create a new directory called my directory. So let's make the directory. So here I'm gonna write mkdir, which I can name. Suppose I will name it my underscore directory. So here I'm gonna press enter here. Kali Linux will execute it and make a full on directory for us. So here let's press ls. So here when I press ls, here we only have my directory as a folder. Now as you can see here sample.txt is in the white color format because it is a text, and the folder my directory is in the color blue. That means it's a directory and not a text file that you can edit or remove it. Now let's go to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Now, knowing that you can add directories, why not can we remove the directories? So here the rmdir, that means remove the directory. The rm directory in Linux is used to remove empty directories. If the directory is not empty, it will be removed and an error message will be displayed. So here in our syntax, here we have the rm directory command used with the directory name. So it shows directory underscore name. That means you need the directory name. So here in our example, let's say we have the following directory structure. Here we have an empty directory and not empty directory, and here we have two directories, an empty directory and a non-empty directory. So what will happen to the empty directory is that when you write rmdir on that directory name called empty underscore dir, Kali Linux will remove the folder. But this is not the case with the non-empty directory, as because if the directory has something in it, which is the file.txt, so it will only remove the folder and will leave the file.txt and won't delete it, and it will show error saying that your file.txt cannot be deleted. So Kali Linux will keep it in the same folder as you put the directory in. So now let's test this out. So now I want to test this out. So now let's go to UTM here, and then here I want to remove my empty directory this time. This time I want to remove my directory. So here I'm going to type rmdir, remove dir, and just press tab since there's no other directory. There's no other directory except my underscore directory. So let's press return. Now the command has been executed by Kali Linux, has removed my underscore directory and has put it into the trash bin. So now when I press ls, there's nothing. There's again nothing in our documents folder. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Touch. The touch command is, you may have been wondering, how did you create the text file? So now the touch command in Linux is used to create an empty file or update the timestamp of an existing file. So the touch command will create an empty file or update the timestamp of an existing file. So now, as you can see here in our usage, so here in our syntax, here we have the touch command here and with the file name. So you can write any name you want, like as I wrote sample.txt and all. So now here we have the example where it shows where I have written touch example.txt. So now let's go to UTM here and try this command out. So now here in UTM, I'm gonna try my command out by writing touch, and I'm gonna write sample.txt. Now let's press return or enter. Now as you can see here, Kali Linux has executed our command and has created a file called sample.txt. Now when I press ls, it will now show sample.txt instead of nothing, since we have created a sample.txt file. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Here you have the cat command in Linux. The cat command in Linux is used to concatenate and display the contents of files. And here, as you can see here, cat file name, and here in our output here, let's say we have written something in our sample.txt file, and then you want to see it in your terminal. So when you would type a cat sample.txt, it would want to show the text that was written in there, or if there isn't anything in that file, it will Kali Linux, the cat command won't show anything. Let's test this by going to UTM here. As you can see here, I'm in my terminal here. Now I'm going to write cat sample.txt. When I press it, the cat command will run and show nothing. There is absolutely nothing in a sample.txt file, since we have newly created in the previous command called touch. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. Now we're moving on to our next command, which is the Nano command. The Nano command in Linux is used to open the text. The Nano text editor is simple and user-friendly terminal-based text editor. So here, as you can see here, so here in our syntax, here we have Nano and the file name, which is sample.txt for us. And here in our example, when we write nano.the-sample.txt example, it will run, and then here inside of a Nano text editor, it will just it's like cat, but you can edit it. You can edit what is inside of it. So here editing, and so for editing and saving, you can type some text and save the file by pressing Ctrl+0, and then you will be prompted to confirm the file name. So you have to confirm the file name, or otherwise there will be a alarm show telling that you have to write the text. Now, and after you have written your name, you can press enter, or to exit the Nano, you can press Ctrl+X. Now let's test this out to see if it's actually true or not. So now, as you can see here I'm going to type nano sample.txt file. So now let's press return, and then now our terminal will instantly show the Nano editor here. So here you can start typing anything you want. I'm going to type hello here, and then now I want to exit this Nano, so I can just press Command X or Control X. So when I press Command X, it will be prompted to say yes or no. So I'm going to press yes, and then file name to write as sample.txt. So press enter or return, and then I'll exit the Nano editor. Or if I want to save it, I will. So I'm going to enter back into our Nano. So I'm going back to my Nano. Here I I have successfully, it has been saved. My text which I have written has been saved because I have pressed Command X, and then as you can see here, when I press Command X without writing anything, it won't ask you for saving, as because you haven't written anything for it to save. Now let's see let's cat this sample.txt file. So now you will say hello. You will say hello instead of saying nothing as before, like this. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation to learn about more. The vim command. The vim command in Linux is used to open and edit files using the vim text editor. Vim is a powerful and versatile text editor that allows for efficient text manipulation. The vim command is just like the nano command, but it's more easier than the nano, as because the nano command has some commands which are very weird for people who don't know anything about it. So the vim command is a more powerful text editor than the nano command. So now, as you can see here, in our syntax, here we have the vim. We're using the vim command, and we have the file name. We're supposed to put the file name. So in our example here, it's showing vim example.txt, but in our case, it is vim.sample.txt. So now, here when you press enter, here you'll be loaded into the vim editor, and then when you instantly start pressing and try to type something, it won't work, as because you have to press I, that means insert, and it will start, and then you will start, and you'll be in the insert mode, which you can use to start typing and all. And to exit it, I have to press the escape key, and then press Shift Q for quitting it without saving it, and Shift : WQ, that means you will save it and quit. Now let's test this out to see if it's actually real or not. Now here I'm gonna press vim sample.txt, and now here it will show, you will load up the vim editor, and here it will show the text I have written, hello. And now I have to press the I button, insert. I can delete it and insert, and for it to go to the next page, you just have to press the enter key as normal, and then you can type anything you want. And then when you have to exit it, when you want to quit it or save and quit it, you have to press the escape key, and then press colon Q to quit it without saving, and colon WQ to save the things you have written, and then quit the editor. So I'm gonna just press Q, as because I haven't written anything in there except a space. Now let's press return. Let's press enter. Here I'm back at my terminal here. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So friends, this is it for today. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to our channel kaviwebdesigns, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.